Right now, a longtime educator of Dane County is killed after getting struck by a vehicle this morning. The latest on the incident as the community reacts. Also, it's Inauguration Day at the state capitol as Governor Evers and other elected officials are sworn into office. And later, a small clothing store is seeing a boost in sales after going viral on social media. How the owners are handling this newfound success. Welcome to News 3 Now. Thank you for joining us. School officials have confirmed a woman who was killed after being hit by a vehicle in Fitchburg this morning was a local school principal. Police say 56-year-old Beth Steffen was taking a walk near her home when she was struck. Our Arman Rahman is live outside the school where Steffen was serving as principal. Arman?
Yeah, Charlotte, Steffen was serving as interim principal here at Badger Ridge Middle School in Verona. A former colleague of hers from Edgewood High School in Madison tells me that she was the type of educator who always wanted to make sure all of her students succeeded. She was well known in the area's education world, working at La Follette and Edgewood before coming here to Badger Ridge. Now, the crash happened on the 2900 block of South Cyene Road. The driver of the vehicle did stay on scene and is cooperating with the investigation, we're told. We'll have more from that colleague of Steffen's as well as one of her former students later on tonight at 10. For now, live in Verona, Arman Rahman, News 3 Now.
Arman, thank you. And take a look at this map. Now, according to the Wisconsin Department of Transportation, in 2022, so in just last year, 6 pedestrians or cyclists were killed in Dane County. The red dots you see here where those deadly incidents occurred last year, a couple on the west side. So let's check your certified most accurate forecast now with meteorologist Greg Barnhart.
Yeah, it's definitely foggy, misty out there right now. Like I said, we've seen this kind of all day, and it looks like overnight. The good news is our temperatures are above freezing, so we won't have any slick roads to deal with overnight. Temperature got up to 39. Last night it was 32. We didn't get quite lower than that. As you see, the normals could be quite colder this time of year, definitely since we're in the middle of really the January right now. But overall, we've seen these mild conditions. There's the storm system. We've lost all the clouds really aloft, so it's just this low clouds. And when you have those low clouds like this, it's usually just a drizzle or a flurry, not too much of a shower. But you see that thing spinning. It's produced severe weather, flash flooding to the south, and very warm conditions as you go further east. As you zoom in, you can see the precipitation is mainly to the north. We don't see a lot. The backside of it's going to come through Iowa, rotate up. That's what we'll eventually see. But for the time being, it's really just the low clouds and the drizzle that we'll see probably overnight. And if we go into the overnight hours, you can see the visibility once again is the main issue to the south, especially 3/4 mile to Platteville to less than a quarter as you get to Monroe. That's why we do have some dense fog advisories out for those areas. Overnight, like I said, through 10 p.m. we're going to be in the upper 30s with light rain or drizzle. Temperatures right now, once again, we're above freezing. That's the good news. We're not going to see much else. We're in the upper 30s for most locations. You zoom in Dane County, overall mid-30s to a little bit of upper 30s, so that's the positive. Roads won't be an issue. There's your dense fog. The areas in Wisconsin right now are till 2 a.m. The counties south of there are around 2 to 3 a.m. too. These areas may expand more too. Right now, that's just the name of the thing, but I think we'll see more. So the big picture, like I said, as we go to that, there's your dew points, and we'll explain when we'll get the colder temperatures from this system and eventually the snow a bit later in the broadcast.
Tony Evers, and yes, I am jazzed as hell to be sworn in again as a 46th governor of the great state of Wisconsin.
That was earlier today in the state capitol at the start of a new session. So what's the governor so jazzed about? Political reporter Will Keneally joins us now with the answer. Will.
Well, Charlotte, this is the first major address that the governor is going to give in his second term, and he laid out a list of priorities that he wants to accomplish. That includes how to spend the huge record-setting budget surplus that the state has right now. Republicans have been pushing to give some of that money back to taxpayers, and we heard today what kind of tax break the governor would be open to.
People voted because they believe, as I do, that when we deliver tax relief, it should be targeted to the middle class to give working families a little breathing room in their family budget.
Even the voters of Illinois said they prefer to have a flat tax over a progressive tax system. So it is clearly something that is popular. It's something that I think we should attempt to get in Wisconsin.
Republicans have been floating what's called a flat tax. That's reducing the taxes on the highest income earners so that everybody pays the same tax rate. Now, these issues will be at the center of the upcoming budget debate, and that will all kick off when the governor delivers his budget address in February. Reporting from the Capitol, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
Will, thank you. Meanwhile, Republicans are hoping to work together with the governor on a number of issues. When asked about Governor Evers' speech, Senate Majority Leader Devin LeMahieu called it interesting and that all the governor's ideas were highly partisan. But he says there's plenty of time.
I've already met with the governor, so that's a promising start to the session. So we'll see how the session works going forward. I was just a little disappointed that it seemed very partisan on Inauguration Day, but we have an entire session to work on things, and hopefully we can put a budget on his desk that he signs again.
Meanwhile, in the legislature, the Assembly took a vote on who will be the chamber's next speaker. Once again, the Assembly voted to keep Robin Vos in the position. However, before the vote, a group of Republicans had held an anti-Vos rally, hoping for someone else. Vos continues to serve as the state's longest Assembly speaker, now for more than a decade. Police in Wisconsin Dells are searching for a 37-year-old man who has not been seen since the weekend. Matthew Haas was last seen in the city's downtown around midnight on New Year's Eve. Police say he is 5 feet 6 inches tall, weighs 135 pounds, and has brown hair and blue eyes. In an update today, police said that search for Matthew Haas led them to a wooded area along the Wisconsin River in the Dells. In Portage, classes were disrupted at the high school there after someone called in an active shooter threat. Police later ruled that threat to be non-credible after searching the building and school grounds. The school was put on lockdown, but it was later lifted after no threat was discovered. Last year, the Portage School District and several others throughout Wisconsin were targeted with a series of false threats in what police said was part of a larger swatting effort. We're learning more about a fire that broke out at a dairy plant in Portage last night. The Associated Milk Producers, Inc. building was damaged significantly. The Portage fire chief says the fire began in a storage room filled with butter. As the butter was heated, it melted, making it even harder for firefighters to move through the facility.
We were trying to make entry behind us up the stairs, and it was 3-4 inches thick coming down the steps, melting. It melted into other areas. Fire stayed tight into the one room, but the smoke and that type of stuff spread to the other parts of the building.
More than 100,000 gallons of water were used to put out the fire. The cause of the fire is currently under investigation. A federal judge is dismissing a case over Edgewood High School installing lights on their athletic field. The school filed the case against the city of Madison, but the judge said the school did not prove that the city discriminated against the school on religious grounds. Neighbors near the school vigorously opposed the lights over noise concerns and increased traffic. Edgewood submitted a final appeal to the city in January of last year. That appeal was denied, prompting the school to take the issue to federal court. After a small clothing business in Keeler, Wisconsin went viral on TikTok, its sales did too. The small local business is doing big numbers online and in store, and our Andrew Banstra stopped in the shop for the story.
Yeah, Corey Kaiser has two true loves, Wisconsin and clothes. Take those, and the Wisconsin Clothing Company was born. His 4th year in business was one to call home to your folks about, but not because of his 2 brick-and-mortar locations in Keeler and La Crosse. He has TikTok to thank for that.
All of a sudden, Corey Kaiser can't keep up with the demand at his small clothing business in Keeler, Wisconsin.
We have our OPAT, because whether you like it or not, you say this word a lot.
The son of screen printers opened Wisconsin Clothing Company in 2018.
We are on the hunt for the best Bloody Mary in Wisconsin, so if you're a Bloody Mary enthusiast, this is the hat for you.
It's clothing by Wisconsinites for Wisconsinites. But tucked away in a corner of the state, Corey's business didn't take off statewide until he went viral on TikTok.
And I'd say since we started social media, started our content journey, our post office worker has really became to love me from all the orders we shipped out. From our videos about Quick Trip to paying it forward at Culver's to our top 5 videos exploring everything about the state of Wisconsin.
He reaches millions of people every week by making videos about the fabric of his company, Wisconsin.
It's not like I have a marketing plan or strategy behind it. I just post stuff that I think is very relatable to other people in Wisconsin. I try to be very, very positive and bring energy into everyone else's lives.
And it's paid off. His followers and his sales are skyrocketing.
This is, my wife has more rings than the Vikings.
He and his wife are running the business, and with their newfound fame, their sales are through the roof.
It's very rewarding to be able to see people buy our clothes from Hayward, from Minocqua, from Oconomowoc, from all around the state, to be able to see the people like our content and like our clothes, and be able to rave about it to their friends. That means so much to me.
In Keeler, Andrew Banstra, News 3 Now.
You too can buy these threads to support this local small business or to find them on TikTok. Head to this story on channel3000.com.
When we come back, time to get that Christmas tree out of the house. The do's and don'ts if you want your tree collected. Plus, the Goodman Foundation makes a massive donation to an organization looking to help the Latino community.
This holiday season at the Century House, give $50 or more to charity and get $200 off any stressless recliner with power, any stressless recliner and ottoman, or any stressless office chair. Or get $200 off each stressless sofa seat or $400 off all stressless Mayfair recliners and ottomans in all Paloma leather colors. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
Wisconsin. It's easy to take for granted how we warm up. But what if you couldn't warm up so easily? For many, it's a reality they can't ignore. Working families, elderly, disabled, and veterans struggling to keep their heat and power on in the dangerous cold of winter. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safe in your home. No one deserves to suffer when we can help each other.
Cold winter weather's here, so why feel it inside your own home and in your wallet? USA Insulation's premium injection foam fills every crevice of your walls, even going over your existing inferior insulation. Our foam gives you high-tech comfort and saves you money on utility bills year-round. So stop bundling up and start building savings. Call now and get up to a 30% tax credit and low monthly payments.
USA Insulation.
Hi, I'm Gary Canulti, inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Join me May 2nd through the 12th as we tour Scotland and Northern Ireland. This trip is rich with history, exploring places like the Edinburgh Castle and the Titanic Belfast Museum. We'll also enjoy the gorgeous scenery and friendly people of these two unique countries. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword WISC, for more information and to watch a travel show. Or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword WISC, for more information.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back. Those of you in Madison looking to get rid of that Christmas tree, the first tree collection round is here. From now to January 13th, you can leave your trees on the curb for pickup. Now remember to remove all those stands, decorations, and tree bags, or your tree may be passed up. Do not put your wreaths and garlands out with your trees. Those should go in the trash. If you missed the first tree collection, there will be a second one from January 17th to the 27th. The Goodman Foundation is donating $250,000 to Centro Hispano, bringing the organization closer to its goal of $20 million. The money will support sustainability in the building design and community engagement in the outdoor spaces so that wellness activities for youth and adults can be prioritized.
This new facility is really going to allow us to do the work that we already do so well in a space that makes it even better. So we're hoping to double the number of young people that we see.
Centro Hispano is the leading nonprofit for the Latino community in Dane County. The organization is a key resource to the community and provides programming to over 3,000 families a year. Still ahead, after its massive Christmas meltdown, Southwest Airlines is now facing legal troubles. Plus, how a new trophy for the NBA will forever have close ties to Wisconsin. And could we see some snow tomorrow night? And Greg has a look at your complete forecast after this break.
Do you have a coffee smile? Drinking coffee causes yellow teeth for thousands of people just like you. And whitening toothpaste just doesn't make those stains go away. Introducing Power Swabs, the first teeth whitening system that lifts coffee stains off your teeth in less than 5 minutes without whitening strips or trays.
The Power Swabs were so easy to use. I don't have to have strips sitting on my face for an hour. I don't have to have a foam tray where I feel like I'm going to gag or I'm going to go play football. I've tried like every over-the-counter whitening because, you know, I'm one of those people that like obsessed with white teeth.
So with the strips I've used in the past, most of them are like you got to leave it on for 30 minutes and the whole experience is just not comfortable. But with Power Swabs, I just snapped it open and rubbed it on and it was good to go.
This didn't sting, it didn't burn, it didn't have an aftertaste. It was just a swab and I just got to rub it on my teeth, and that was it.
The Secret is a tooth detergent and whitening agent developed by Dr. Martin Ginniker that lifts stains off of your teeth. Power Swabs remove stains on natural teeth, veneers, bonding, caps, and crowns. The best part is you just swab your teeth for 5 minutes and you'll have whiter teeth. No more sitting at home with a whitening strip or tray in your mouth for 30 minutes twice a day.
When I use these whitening strips, I noticed when I would drink, I would get this crazy sensitivity. It would go right to my brain, and I'm like, I hate this. So why do I have to go through the monstrosity of this pain just because I want to whiten my teeth? With Power Swabs, there was zero sensitivity.
Within the first day with the Power Swab, I noticed there was a difference. I really love the fact that you're able to go individually on each tooth and make sure that it's going to be wider.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. Whiten your teeth this new year by ordering Power Swabs and receive up to 50% off the regular price. Yes, 50% off the regular price. Shipping is free, plus you'll receive a free quick stick pen. Visit powerswabs.com or call the number on your screen.
Steinhaffel's New Year's sale is happening right now. Save 35 to 50% store-wide. Plus, get incredible bonus buys like a queen mattress just $2.99. This sofa only $7.99. A 5-piece dining set now just $11.99. This queen storage bed for $17.59. And when you use Steinhaffel's 72-month financing, your new furniture is even more affordable. So shop Steinhaffel's New Year's sale in-store or online at steinhaffels.com.
Watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back. Southwest Airlines is being sued over its massive Christmas meltdown. The lawsuit accuses the airline of violating federal law. It says instead of providing prompt refunds for canceled flights, Southwest offered credit towards a future flight. A federal judge in Louisiana has been asked to certify the lawsuit as a class action to include other passengers. A slow-moving system could bring more rain and snow to our area. Here's Greg with a complete look at the forecast.
Yeah, this definitely is going to be a slow one. Probably won't see really clearing skies, or at least the sun, maybe till Friday. So it's definitely one slow moving. Right now, all the winter weather advisories and winter storms are all to the north, starting to wind down a little bit out west too, but those still continue. We're on the warm side of the system, so we're not going to see any of that quite yet. But we will see a change here coming here pretty soon. And like I said, yesterday we were dealing with the freezing rain because we still had that cold air at the surface. Well, we got rid of that now. Now we're going to kind of see the reverse come back when the cold air starts coming. We'll probably switch back to snow. It'll take some time because we lost a lot of the clouds aloft, so it's just those low clouds, and they just have liquid precipitation, so you just get drizzle mainly out of that. But we will see the snow here eventually as we get to tomorrow and tomorrow night. So really the travel, like I said, tonight's the dense fog. The fog is really the main issue to think of. Once we get that, we'll see a changeover tomorrow afternoon, maybe even a little bit of light freezing drizzle with that, but then it'll eventually snow with some accumulation as we get into Thursday morning. Won't be a significant thing, but once again, the timing could be maybe for a Thursday morning commute. Could see a refreeze because temperatures will be back down below freezing or at least close by that time. Right now, the low continues to spin off to northern Iowa. It's going to begin to lift eventually up to the north, but you see, we don't have a lot of showers. Like I said, the high clouds have all pushed off to the north, so we're just dealing with low clouds. So that just gives you really the drizzle. Eventually by tomorrow afternoon, we're going to see this begin to weaken a little bit, but then we're going to get in the backside of the flow. That means the cold air begins to push into our area. We start to pick up a little bit more of the snow. It's not a very organized area of snow, more snow showers, but that could persist all the way through Thursday morning. But in the meantime for tonight, no road issues. We should see mid-30s. Temperatures will not fall off much. Just a few showers, but mainly just drizzle and fog is going to be the issue. You'll see tomorrow morning as you wake up, fog and drizzle continues. And then in the afternoon, you'll start seeing the cold air begin to push up. You'll see temperatures actually start to fall by the afternoon hours. We'll approach maybe freezing in Madison by late evening. So a few more snow by late in the afternoon. You can start seeing that expand eastward, but not expecting, like I said, a lot. Visibility tonight could be on and off, really dense, depending on the areas you go through. Won't see much improvement. We have a lot of moisture in the ground, very light winds, pretty perfect really set up for you dense fog in this area. So by the time you wake up, there could be many areas that are a quarter, a half mile, even less. We should see improvement maybe by noon. It could take some time with this, but eventually when the cold air starts pushing in the afternoon, I think we'll start seeing that lifting. But definitely something to keep in mind of for tomorrow. Roads are not the issue. Once again, it's just going to be the fog that we're going to really deal with. Snow-wise, not much to speak of with this, but maybe you get closer to Iowa 1 to 2 inches with this, but not going to be a real significant event. But if you refreeze at the right time with the snow, you could lead to some travel issues. So something to keep in mind of as we go into Thursday morning. Once we get past Thursday, we might see the sun finally for Friday. But notice when we get the temperatures, we have a weak little system Saturday that doesn't look to be too much of an issue. And then next week, we still deal with mild conditions. For middle of January, this is pretty good when your average high should be the upper 20s, maybe another system towards the end of the week. But just be careful out tonight with all the dense fog out there, and especially even tomorrow morning.
A new piece of NBA history has a connection to Wisconsin you might not expect. Frank Healy got a first-hand look at how the Michael Jordan Trophy for the Kia NBA MVP Award is being made in Milwaukee.
This is the Michael Jordan Most Valuable Player Award.
Mike Nolte, the foreman at Vanguard Sculpture Services, along with his team, have been bringing artists' work to life for 4 decades. They're notable for work like the bronze fawns. Nolte says this award, designed by Jordan brand designer Mark Smith, came to them as a 3D printed model of the original sculpture. Smith says the figure isn't supposed to be Jordan himself, so whoever wins the trophy can see themselves in the figure. But Nolte says Smith told him it does have some of Jordan's character. The sculpture is split into smaller parts.
An intentional defect to prevent unintentional metal casting defects.
A wax version is cast, then another mold is made.
I would take the wax and dip the wax into the liquid pottery.
That cast is fired, and liquid bronze is poured in, burning away the wax.
It's the art moment, the uncontrollable art moment when the metal changes from a liquid into a solid.
The pieces are welded back together, and imperfections are shaved down.
There's always some kind of metal casting defect that has to be repaired.
Nolte says they're making 5 of these trophies. The ones you see here awaiting the final finish. Part of the process Nolte says the sculptor will be present for. Nolte says if one of the Bucks, perhaps Giannis, wins one of these trophies.
If my hometown basketball team wins the award and it comes back to Milwaukee, that would be really special. I'd like that a lot.
Nolte says one day he'd like to make a life-size version. But for now, he and the crew at Vanguard Sculpture say they already feel like they've won.
The MVP award requires someone who on a team to fully participate in that team. So that's what we try to do here.
Over the last 4 weeks, the Packers changed the narrative of their season. And hey, they aren't done yet. Coming up in sports, we're going to hear from Aaron Rodgers on this epic run.
3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Plexiderm. And if you haven't tried Plexiderm, we've created the best offer yet with our New Year's Plexiderm 10-minute challenge. All it takes is 10 minutes to reduce the appearance of under-eye bags, wrinkles, and crow's feet. Even the 11 lines between your eyes are visibly gone in minutes. Plexiderm works so well that celebrities in Hollywood and people just like you feel years younger in minutes. This is why I'm letting people try it for only $14.95 this New Year at plexidermtrial.com.
So I've had under eye bags for a very long time, and it sucks. I have spent so much money on tons of eye creams, eye gels. Finally, I tried something called Plexiderm, and I'm not joking. It works. When I do a collage and everything is done, it looks amazing. That is exactly how Plexiderm makes me feel. I put it on my face, And somehow, some way, I look together, which is amazing. I'm Jackie, and I took the Plexiderm 10-minute challenge, and so should you.
I'm Neela. I'm 61 years old. I'm a professional personal trainer. It's so important to be in good health and to be fit and take care of yourself. How it makes you feel inside is amazing. And yet, when you look in the mirror, what you see necessarily isn't what you feel inside. Plexiderm, seriously, honest to God, it's amazing. There's nothing there, like the bags are gone.
The instant results are from naturally based silicates found in shale rock. Once applied, your skin tightens and firms, rapidly reducing the appearance of under eye bags and wrinkles in minutes. This new year is the best time to try Plexiderm at our starter price of only $14.95. So if under eye bags make you look tired or feel older, take action this new year and see that younger looking you. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Do you have an idea for an invention, but you don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp. They've been helping inventors for 35 years. Call today for free information.
Call 800-550-5543.
Whether it's exercising more or eating healthier, we want you to keep those resolutions. Tomorrow we'll explain why you might want to partner up with your pets.
A storm system will bring us more rain and snow, more between 4:30 and 7 tomorrow morning.
Wisconsin football has officially named its new defensive coordinator. Mike Tressel will take over the position and join Badger head football coach Luke Fickell from Cincinnati. Tressel spent 2 seasons as the Bearcats' DC and linebackers coach, and before that, Tressel spent time at Michigan State. He takes over for Jim Leonard, who served as UW's defensive coordinator since 2017. Probably the best way to describe the Packers season would be a roller coaster. After week 12, the thought was Green Bay was done. The chances of them making the playoffs was at around 3%. Time to sit Aaron Rodgers and let Love finish the year. Well, now after 4 straight wins, the Packers are the team nobody wants to face in the postseason. Crazy how the narrative of this team has changed in a month's time.
If you follow along with the narrative, you really ride this crazy roller coaster throughout the season. I never really have. I've just always believed in my guys, believed in myself, and obviously love where we're at. We don't have to have anybody do anything. They've done, a lot of people have done a lot of great things. Big kudos to the Browns last week for that win. You know, but a lot of people have done a lot of things for us. Now nobody needs to do anything for us except us winning a game.
Just a reminder, kickoff for that game is set for 7:20 at Lambeau. A win and the Packers punch their ticket to the playoffs. Badger women's hockey knew the holiday weekend would be a challenge. The team hadn't played in 3 weeks, and right out of the gate, they're on the road facing the number 4 team in the country. Wisconsin split the non-conference series with Quinnipiac, each team getting a shutout win. Well, even though UW suffered its first shutout of the season, they're proud of the way that they played against the Wildcats, namely their goalie, Claire Boudiette. So going forward, the focus is to make sure to score and to bear down in practice.
I think sometimes it's easy in drills, you know, you go through a 60-minute practice, maybe sometimes and then some, and you kind of just get in the habit of like just shooting to shoot in practice just because you're going through the motions of a drill. But I think just bearing down, because obviously we played a really good opponent and couldn't get one in the net, and I think it just comes down to, you know, that's a big character moment for us come March. Hopefully we learn from that experience and we find a way to get one behind her.
Badgers are back on their home ice this weekend for the first time since November. They'll host 8th-ranked Minnesota Duluth. Puck drops on the series Saturday at 1.
All right, Jordan, thank you. And Greg's back with a final check of the forecast.
We just got the dense fog out there, really. That's the thing to monitor. Then we do have some evening mix tomorrow, so it could be some slick roads. We'll keep an eye on that through Thursday morning. But really, it's tonight. It's the fog that you got to be careful out there with.
All right. Thanks for the warning. That's going to do it for us. Thank you for joining us. Have a great evening, and we will see you back here at 10.